So you're in the business of trust also with security and all the work that you do for organizations. So how do you define trust? Not just trust in general, but like what I'm trying to understand is like I feel like people don't put enough effort in building trust. I think there's a lot of like I want this goal, I want that goal, but
Yeah.
we're somewhere like not building trust with our teammates, with our family, with our colleagues, with our managers. Like so what does trust mean to you?
So trust is something which is very simple actually.
Mm,
It's that feeling of um, I don't want to use the word validation, but a feeling of there is a very strong connection that basically gives you a gut feeling that this will work, right?
mm,
And that gut feeling is for everything. It's not just for your personal or professional, but it's for everything. Any kind of relationship that you basically go with, right? I think feel that in a relationship, it is very important to um, give the space for that relationship. So, like, basically slowly build and basically see how things happen. And you have to also be, as a person, very clear about what is it that you want, like what your expectations are from that relationship, right? Um, and I think with that, being very, very clear in your mind, first of all, you have to be very clear in your mind with being very, very objective, without
mm,
being emotional about it in any form or fashion. And then you also have to sometimes apply the fact that you may not get what you expect. And the
mm,
question is whether you want to let that go or you want to, how important it is for you to basically have it, right? So it's a journey of that interaction that builds that trust,
mm,
right? Um, and typically, like I feel that, a lot of people say, how do you feel like, when somebody breaks your trust at some point, and that, that feeling that makes you feel bad, in a way that, oh, how could this person do it? And I think I always feel that, you always have to give a benefit of the doubt. That's how a relationship grows, right? You
yeah.
have to basically see whether there's a recurrence of that. And if
Mm,
there is a recurrence, then there is a pattern. But if there's not a recurrence, it's a one time thing, then you cannot let that trust go just like that. Yeah, yeah, trust may be bruised a bit, but it may come back or it may build back up. But to me, trust is more like a gut feeling in a way, right? It's the
mm,
connection that you actually feel where it gives you that feeling that it will work out or it will not
yeah.
work out, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's like the non-verbal communication,
It's a
right? Like,
non-verbal communication. Yeah, it's what you actually feel. And you know what, I may feel trust with you, but somebody else may not feel the trust with you.
of
And
course.
it's okay because maybe that person looks at it from a very different perspective. So it's trust is also very personal, right? It's what
Mm,
that person feels about it. And I think we all have to kind of respect that boundary. In a professional setting, it becomes a little bit different because you have business goals, you have certain this thing. But I think in a professional setting, it's more about you give people the space to do their job. Like, it's like the trust but verify kind of mentality, right?
mm,
You have to verify. You cannot just let things go, right? But it's over a period of time that you build, like, okay, fine, this person will do it. And that, okay, fine. At that point in time, your verification may go down, but it still stays, right?
yeah.
So it's a journey that you basically go through, and there's no right or wrong to it, but also you want to make sure that trust cannot be forced and trust
Mm,
cannot be something where you can micromanage and things will basically, people will suddenly say, yeah, I'm okay, because people do get kind of this thing like, why don't you trust me? And it's not about that. It's about like, okay, I have to build that and people need to understand